Thanks for tuning in to another episode of King Mighty King Media TV. And once again, I'm your host, the double OG Guru of Boxing, Ted King. And today, we're going to be talking about that upcoming fight, once again, David Morrell versus David Benavidez for the chance to fight for the lightweight championship of the world at the, not the light heavyweight championship of the world against either Arthur Benavidez or Dimitri Bivol. So here we go. Let's get started. We have David Benavidez. Telling the tape on him. He's 29 years old. He has KO, 24 KOs, weight 175 pounds, height 6 feet 2 inches, reach of 74.5 inches, and he's in the orthodox stance at the age of 28 years old. While David Morrell, he's 11-0-0. He has a knockout ratio of 9 knockouts. His reach is 175. His weight is 175 pounds. His height is 6'1". Reach 78.5. Southpaw stance, and he is 27 years of age. This is going to be a very interesting matchup. Both of these guys are definitely elite in the light heavyweight division. David Benavidez, of course, he's a undefeated two-time super middleweight world champion. They call him David El Monstro, which is means monster. Benavidez, he often likes to tell people he ducks no one. He wants all the smoke and is now on a mission to conquer new ground in the light heavyweight division. David Morrell. He has a record of 11-0-0, 9 knockouts. He's a rising undefeated light heavyweight world champion. He blends both youth athleticism and power with the veterans' craftiness and skill. He's a Cuban-born and is out to establish a Hall of Fame legacy in the stacked 175-pound division. Now we're going to go on to the fight before the main event. And we have Brandon Figueroa against Stephen Fulton. Figueroa has a record of 25-1-1. He has 19 KOs. He weighs 126 pounds and a height of 5 feet 9 inches tall. Has a reach of 72.5 inches. He's fighting out of the orthodox stance. He's 28 years of age. His opponent, Stephen Fulton, 22 wins, 1 loss, no draws. He has 8 KOs. His weight is 126 pounds. His height, 5'6.5". He has a reach of 70.5 inches. And he's fighting out of the orthodox stance at 30 years of age. This is the co-main event, WBC for the WBC Featherweight World Championship of the World. This is Brandon, the Heartbreakers Championship. Figueroa will defend his title against former unified world champion Stephen Fulton Jr. in the rematch of one of 2021's best fights. So this is a rematch. So very interesting. For the rematch, we have a good card here, obviously. Brandon Figueroa, again, he's arguably the most exciting fighter in the sport. Brandon Figueroa solidified himself as one of the game's very best, unifying titles at 123 pounds and now holding the WBC belt at 126 pounds. Moving on to Stephen Fulton. Stephen Fulton, neutralized in the boxing hotbed of Philadelphia. Stephen Fulton Jr. beat a who's who of elite talent to become unified world super bantamweight champion and now looks to become a two-division world champion. Impressive resume for him as well. And we're going to move on to Isaac Pitbull Cruz, fighting Angel Fierro. Isaac Pitbull Cruz is 26-3-1. He has 18 out of his 26 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw. He has 18 KOs. He weighs 140 pounds. He stands at 5'4" tall. He has a reach of 63 inches. He's fighting out of the orthodox stance. He's 26 years old. Angel Fierro, his opponent. He has a record of 22-2-2. He has 17 have 17 knockouts. His weight is 140 pounds. His height is 5'7". He has a reach of 70 inches. He'll be fighting out of the orthodox stance, and he is 31 years of age. All right, so here we go. A little more about Pitbull Cruz. Former 140-pound world champion and Mexican superstar Isaac Pitbull Cruz is one of the most ferocious fighters in boxing, terrorizing opponents with his tenacity and fearsome two-fisted power, not unlike Iron Mike Tyson. Pitbull Cruz is very, very ferocious, as they say. He definitely is a crowd pleaser. So now, we don't have any bio on his opponent, so we're going to who will be the next match under that, which is, oh, by the way, we have a Cormel Moulton on this card too. So we, not at this, at the recording, I don't know who his opponent is, but let's go ahead and talk about some more of the undercard. Here we have Jesus Alejandro Ramos Jr. He'll be fighting Jeison Rosario. Ramos has a 21-1-0 record, 17 by way of KO, 17 wins by way of KO, 160 pounds. He's 5'10". He has a reach of 72 inches. He's fighting out of the southpaw stance, and he is 23 years of age. Rosario has a record of 24-4-2. He has 18 wins by KO. He's 160 pounds. Got a height of 5'11". He got a reach of 70 inches. He's fighting out of the orthodox stance, and he's 29 years of age. So far, these gentlemen seem to be matched pretty evenly. So let's go to a little bit more bio on Rosario. Rosario, super welterweight contender, is training, is turning heads and training very hard with his impressive performances as he seeks to become the top dog in a stacked 154-pound division. And yes, sir, it is stacked. But he's fighting as a middleweight. This is he's fighting at 160. He'll be fighting as a middleweight. So yeah, Ramos is a Dominican-born, hard-hitting, who now fights out of Miami. Is a former unified 154-pound champion, and is now looking to contend in the middleweight division. So that is the what is called the main event card. And so we're going to discuss these fighters as we go. All right, this is Double OG Guru of Boxing, Ted King. We are going to examine some of these fights. Going to take a look at who I think, in my mind, is going to bring the most exciting of the fights. Of course, we know that main event fight is going to be fantastic. The Davis are going to put on a show for us all. We should have an action-packed fight on that. But there's another fighter, which we didn't talk about. I didn't talk about. Look at me. Cormel Moulton is also on the show. I'm not sure who he's going to be fighting, but he's out of the Floyd Mayweather stable. He's one of Floyd Mayweather's proteges now. Now that he's not, well, we're not sure. I'm not sure if he's not giving any more advice to Gervonta Tank Davis, but out of the same blueprint, Floyd Mayweather has Cormel Moulton navigate himself through the ranks the same way he navigated Gervonta Tank Davis. So Cormel Moulton, who is a very, very exciting fighter, he will be on the card as well. So I'm not sure who his opponent is. It's been named, but I can't remember who it could be. But between now and the time the fight gets started, we'll have more on Cormel Moulton as one of the upcoming prospects, and one that's going to put on a tremendous fight. He's always put on a tremendous performance thus far in his career. But here, don't forget to do this. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like the channel and share the content with your friends and family. Anything that you do will help the channel so we can give you this good content. We're streaming across several networks right now. Want to keep this thing going. Appreciate you all for tuning in this morning, and we will make sure you enjoy. All right, so yeah, Cormel Moulton, again, back to him. He's an up-and-coming fighter I'm very excited about, and I'm sure you all will be excited about too. Matter of fact, maybe some of you have heard of Cormel Moulton. Let's go talk about Brandon Figueroa. Brandon Figueroa. Okay, Brandon Figueroa, he brings it every single time. So this undercard, the event prior to the co-main, this was basically what it is, the co-main event. The co-main event, which should bring action-packed fighters. These two action-packed fighters, of course, Fulton does not have the knockout power that Figueroa has. Figueroa obviously has a better knockout ratio than Fulton, but again, Fulton has obviously been in the ring with some very tough opponents. He's coming out of Philadelphia, and we know how those fighters are. They're always ready to go. always prepared to battle, to go, to battle. So he may not have that knockout power, but he does have that heart and the tenacity to. He has a good record, 22. He's only lost one fight. So he's a player that will be bringing it every single time. He does that every single time. So yeah, that's going to be a very interesting fight. It's going to be a fight that should be, as always, action-packed fight. Anytime Figueroa's in the headlines, and then we're going to go on to Pitbull Cruz and Pitbull Cruz. Now Pitbull is coming off a loss with Ryle. And so he's still in the division at 140 pounds. There's some talk and some speculation. I believe it's just basically speculation that that the narrative is that Ryan Garcia wants to make a bout with Isaac Pitbull Cruz. In my opinion, he should not be. Isaac Pitbull Cruz would do much better and have a bigger payday if he fought Sergio Matias at 140 pounds. Both of them are ex-champions trying to get back into the position as a champion. And that's where I think if Isaac Pitbull Cruz is able to get past Angel Fierro on February 1st, is who he should be eyeing his next opponent and next big payday. All right, so Angel Fierro, he has a 22. He's 22, 2-2. Has a formidable record, of course. He also is going to brings a lot of pop with 17 knockouts. So his knockout ratio is pretty high, just like Pitbull's, on par with Pitbull Cruz. As a matter of fact, it's a little bit higher. So yeah, so this could be a pretty interesting fight. Moving forward, if both fighters come in prepared and ready to go, it could be anybody's fight. All right, so with the Jesus Alejandro Ramos Jr., let's look at his knockout ratio. He's got 17 knockouts, as well as Rosario. He has 18 knockouts. So both of these guys have a decent knockout ratio, and Rosario is 29 years old, so Ramos is the younger guy. So again, both of them have experience, so we'll see how that one plays itself out. Should be a very interesting fight as well. Of course, Ramos is on the A side, so Rosario's essentially the challenger. But we'll see how that works out. Yeah, so the whole fight card seems like it's going to be a very exciting one. That's the tail of the tape, and don't know exactly what's going to happen as far as well, let's put it this way. We know we're going to have a good fight card. The fight card's always been good. When I say we don't know what's going to happen, we don't know exactly what's going to happen in terms of if the PBC brand is going to start integrating with what Turkey Al-Sheikh has going. So that is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about we got PBC fighters. They're still on their side of the street, as it seems. That's the position that they're holding thus far. But if David Morrell or either one of these light heavyweight contenders, they would have to go to Turkey Al-Sheikh, because Turkey Al-Sheikh is basically holding the cards with both Bivol, with both Dimitri Bivol and Artur Benavidez right now. So the PBC is going to definitely have to cross the street if they're trying to get David Morrell or David Benavidez a title shot, because they have to go to the championship negotiation for the light heavyweight division is through His Excellency Turkey Al Sheik. And with that being said, Turkey Al Sheik must be what?
I am the greatest.
Yeah, Turkey must be doing all right, because Turkey definitely is holding the cards right now. He definitely is the main man. And I have to say this, everybody knows it. Nobody's even disputing that. He's what's keeping the world of boxing together right now. So that's just how it is. So, we're going to see what's going to happen. We're going to find out very shortly. This fight, we're going to talk about this fight. We're going live that night as well. We're going live that night. We're going to have a good time that night. And we're going to just kind of, into meanwhile, just kind of, right into the fight on fight day. And hopefully, we'll have some more things to report between now and then. But in the meanwhile, I'm very, very excited to say that we have getting a lot of interest in the channel. Channel is growing. You all are very supportive. I appreciate that, and we'll keep giving you the content that you need or you want. And that's the whole idea of everything moving forward. As I said before, we're going to definitely bring the content and talk about things that are interesting besides outside the sport of boxing. The boxing is very important, but oftentimes I hear some of my comments tell me, well, can we talk about things like some cars? Can we talk about other things like current events? I said, sure, we can. I'm all down for that. So let's talk about some cars. As a matter of fact, let's talk about the very first car I drove when I was coming up. That's a 1966 Toronado. I remember vividly. I was 16 years old, just got my driver's license, and man, that was a heck of a vehicle. That was a front-wheel drive vehicle made by Oldsmobile. I'm talking about it had power, had speed, took corners fast, broke everything. I mean, for a guy 16 years old, just starting to drive, for the first time, that right there was a heck of a car to drive, And so I enjoyed doing that. That was listen, that was enjoyable. Okay. And so, yeah, I enjoyed that. It was fantastic. Looking forward to doing some more things like, for me, I worked on cars. So I'm looking forward to doing more things like this. Yes. I can't wait. As a matter of fact, I had some content I wanted to share. Had to do a little editing on it. I didn't want to put it on the channel without doing that first because it was a little bit racy, to be honest with you. And I said to myself, well, that's a little racy. I'm quite sure the fellas would love to see it. But I didn't want to put the content up there just because. So, I do want to let you all know that boxing is back. The casuals I was talking to someone earlier today. I was walking through the campus, and a fine gentleman was talking to me about boxing. He doesn't understand about boxing in terms of this Jake Paul stuff. And I told him, I said, look, boxing is coming back. There's a gentleman over there in Saudi Arabia that's making sure that boxing is live and relevant now. It's no longer the same as it used to be. All this playing, trying to, pad records and not taking chances and being this sort of person, boxing wise, that says he wants to protect their record, and not to say that that's not a bad thing to do, to be able to go undefeated, but that's not how it's supposed to be, and what do you think? If I was to talk to Floyd Mayweather, I'm quite sure he would say this.
Fighters just out here, I take my hats off to them, wish them nothing but the best. Like I said before, they are here being tremendous champions, doing what they need to do. Nothing but the best. I'm not going to sit here and bash nobody for what they do. So again.
I must be the greatest. I told the world, I talk to God every day. If God's with me, can't nobody be against me. I shook up the world.
Yeah. So see, we're getting back to that, that think process, the way boxing is supposed to be. I'm proud to be an advocate of that. It makes me feel, like, it's this whole thing is, we got a plan moving forward, and hopefully it's going to be the case. And, we got to see what's going on. We got a new president out here. You know how that works. But you know what? We have some interesting news, that Elon Musk. Oh, that's right. He's not the president. He's not the president. I forgot. This guy right here is the president.
This is a very good show. I'm very proud to be here. This
King, Money King.
show, I think it's a very good show. I don't go to a lot of shows because they're very average. Very average. You're a very good comedian. I'm a little better than you. I'm a very good comedian. Very good. And I've seen a lot of shows.
Yeah. So, these current events going on today, with our country, it's going to be very interesting, and we'll talk about that too. And we'll make sure that we all have this one understanding in our minds that and what we're supposed to be doing.
From every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Yeah, so that's basically what we should be all striving for. So once again, I'm Ted King, the Double OG Grill of Boxing, and don't forget to like, share, comment if you wish. And once again, our sponsor for today is Add My Name, and you can actually see this streaming over there. If you look on your below, especially if you're on YouTube, you'll see a link there. So you can also see our streams over there, at Add My Name, who is our sponsor. And so, yeah, they're trying to teach people how to make money while they sleep. If that's something you're interested in, go over there to www.admy.name, Add My Name, advertising and marketing. So this is Double OG Grill of Boxing. Once again, I have utmost appreciation for you all letting me come in and talk to you, be a part of this whole thing. And, I'm just going to keep it up. We're going to keep it up. We're going to have a good time. We'll be back tomorrow, and we'll be doing some more of this.
I am
I'm the greatest. 15 times I have told the clown what round he's going down, and this chump ain't no different. He'll fall in 8 to prove that I'm great. And if he keeps talking jive, I'm going to cut it to 5.
Yeah, talking jive, baby, talking jive. Listen, we're gonna go live on this one. So tomorrow we'll be back with another one. I'm Ted King, Double OG Grew Up Boxing. And to the next one, keep your hands up.